Here is a basic information. The recommended definitions are evidence-based and clinically relevant, and this is a descriptive definition for myopia. Thresholds for myopia are defined as myopia and high myopia. Myopia was defined as a spherical equivalent of minor half diopter or worse, and high myopia was defined as a spherical equivalent of minor 6 diopter or worse. Simple high myopia must be differentiated from pathological myopia. The pathological myopia was defined as the structural changes to the retina rather than a reflective cutoff. We'd set up a clinical and structural definition for pathological myopia. Here we go for pathological myopia. Excessive axial elongation associated with structural changes in posterior segment of the eye, including kinds of damage that can lead to loss of best corrected vision acuity. So this is a very simple and clear, a straightforward definition for pathological myopia. And it is very important for our clinical diagnosis. And we clean up and redesign the qualitative definitions, including axial myopia, reflective myopia, and secondary myopia. For example, axial myopia equals to resulting from a greater than normal axial length. And reflective myopia is that it can be contributed to changes in structural or location of the image, forming structures of the eye, that is the cornea and the lens. And secondary myopia can be identified as a state for which is a single specific cause, for example, like induced by drug, corneal disease, or system clinical syndrome. In addition, the quantitative definitions were given, including low myopia, high myopia, and pre-myopia. In terms of pre-myopia, we proposed an entirely new definition, pre-myopia, because this definition is very needed. As a national myopia control project launched in the year of 2018 in China, and based on years of research outcomes and our experience, and we realized that the pre-myopia group is the most important part for myopia control. So therefore, how to define this group becomes extremely important. Here we go, a reflective status of eye less than plus 3/4 diopter to bigger or worse than minor half diopter in children, where a combination of a baseline reflection, age, and other quantifiable risk factors, providing a sufficient likelihood of future development of myopia to merit the prevention or intervention for myopia. For example, this is a part of a white paper about the myopia management. The myopia management white paper we developed and published newly. We quoted pre-myopia in this and modified with study with age, expressed in a very easy understanding way. And in this version, we also applied the definitions and refined, expressed with more clarity and completeness. And this is one of the graphs in our myopia management white paper. After publication, the feedback go favor for these tables. For example, the progressive myopia, etc. So more than that, we added the reminding information for the preschool kids and summarized into a very comprehensive table for clinical guideline. We have put it in a clinical use and received a post-applications feedback. It is very well welcomed and accepted in clinical practice. Now, in terms of pathological myopia, here is the structural definition, including the descriptions from the general to sublines. And this is a complicated part, but also a very useful one in clinic. Therefore, we try our best to clear each one. For example, under myopia maculopathy, the 0 to 4 categories are listed. The grading system are becoming like this one. It is very confirmed with the current international clinical myopia management guidelines. One more thing, the plus, see the final line, the plus, put any other typical damage features as a plus. So don't forget them. I will give you some examples about the plus. So here we go. For example, category 1, tessellated fundus. So this is the most common feature among myopies. The reference image here are very simple definition and good picture. All the pictures come from Ono Masu's article published on AJO. This is a category 2, diffused atrophy. Very clear example images for reference in clinical use. Category 3, patchy atrophy, and also very good picture and easy to remember. This is a category 4, macular atrophy. See the picture, a very typical picture for reference in clinical use as well. Here are some examples for plus. For example, here is a plus layer of lacquer crackers. So very, very clear pictures. Another plus, an image of here we see an active choroidal neovascularization. So one more plus. In addition to emphasize the severe situation of its challenge, the document.
Yes. Again, the slides are not shown.
Okay, let me see. Can you see it again?
Yes, now we're able to. Thank you.
Thank you very much. MMD, myopic macular degeneration, is one of final severe situation after pathological myopia. The document organized here offer the predicted rising number of myopia macular degeneration. We call it MMD. Based on the data, it is predicted there will be 56 million vision impairments and 20 million blind associated with MMD by 2050. So we have to do something to slow it down or stop. Here we put together with other risks of ocular disease. The MMD, the myopia-induced risk, is much higher. So see the first line of the MMD. In each column of different myopia level, the risk of MMD is much, much higher comparing to other ocular disease. Axial lenses elongation has been proved to be one of the myopia's features. That is, myopia onset and progression is strictly related to axial lens elongation. The axial lens elongation matters a lot. Here we summarized the research data to show the facts. It is clearly indicated that abnormal axial lens elongation can induce the risk of vision impairment by more than 90% when axial lens is greater than 30 millimeters. I would like to take this opportunity to share you what we did recently, a myopia epidemiology study in south part of China. This is a cohort study for students myopia, students from primary, secondary, and high schools. We started in early 2019, covering 1,333 schools. It just fully covered the whole city, including the countryside. The student number is up to 1,010,000 students in Wenzhou region where I stay. It was very delicate design supported by the local government and the education administration. It was very interesting because we have completed the screening for 9 times over the last 3 years. The response ratio was high up to 99%. To support this project in long run, we established a data system to monitor and analyze within legal and safety structure. It is meanwhile, improving according to the feedback. So far, so well. So in addition to myopia information, we hope have other ocular health information and system health information as well in near future. And it can be served for the kids' lifelong run use. The outcomes of this project tells a lot. For example, I just give you a map of the Wenzhou city. The city Wenzhou consists of 8 towns or districts. Some are urban communities, some are remote countryside. Wherever rural or urban, all prevalence of myopia was up to 50%. Of course, the prevalence is much higher in urban area, but the rate in rural area has exceeded 50%, and it's up. A trend is more significant, means more fast. So the light blue bars are the data of the rural area, and here we show the high myopia rate in the graph on the right. The high myopia prevalence is much higher in urban area. And this is a very valuable study in early 2020. It was not designed study, but we call it quasi-social experiment because a sudden happened pandemic pushed all the students into online learning. It was so coincidence that we did a myopia screening before and after that 3 months online learning. We found that the myopia prevalence was rising 5.6% in average among the students, and the rate of primary schools the highest. So this data confirmed that environment is the most striking factor for students' myopia. And we also found the high myopia rate are much more in high school, and the prevalence can be up to 16% in 12th grade students. Okay, summary. Myopia and high myopia ranges in prevalence across the world. It is a world challenge issue, but it is more significant in Asian countries. According to the research and the trend, we can predict it by 2050, half the world population is estimated to be myopia and 10% will be high myopic. And myopia increased risks of pathological complications and vision impairment, increased uncorrected reflective error lowered down the life quality of the people, and increased burden on society and communities. Myopia control project is very necessary and appealing. We as a professional people in this area should take this as a responsibility and opportunity as well to make some contribution for it. And it is very good. Myopia control has been proposed in many countries. China put forward the myopia control for adolescents as one of the national projects. And the project aims for myopia control among students and young kids. And the key focus of myopia control were around non-myopia kids, progressive myopia kids, and high myopia and potential pathological myopias. One more good thing is that some research outcomes started to be implemented. For example, more outdoor activities, correct learning behavior, etc., to be playing very important role in myopia control program or projects. So here's the end of my seminar, and thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wu.
Thank you, Lilia.
Thank you.